30 seconds and we're going for it. Camera's a bit low, but it might be better, it might be worse. We won't find out till later. 20 on, 10 off. The first exercise is going to be our kettlebell alternative arm swings. It's going to look like this. Hips back, snap them, change. Hips back, snap, change. That change is slick, it's fast. We don't fart about, we keep the kettlebell hip snap at the core of it. If you're not sure, practice by just doing your regular kettlebell swing first. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, we're away. Snap the hips forwards, making sure you are squeezing the hell out of that butt to lock out. You're keeping the chest proud. And as you can see, if you watch me, I'm not going too far back. I'm going back far enough to feel the stretch in my hamstrings, glutes, lower back. Relax there. Now we're on to our bench dips, okay? I've got my bench, I'm doing dips. You haven't got one? You should have. Stand by. Control. Down, up. So rather than trying to blast the reps out, slow them down, under control, punch up. Down, under control, punch up. You make it easier by bringing the feet in. You make it harder by locking them out in front of you. More weight on the arms that way. Make them as hard as you can handle. Okay, but we're trying to keep that momentum going down and up. Relax. Okay, so with these kettlebell swings, I'll always show you from the side because there's no benefit going front. You can see what I'm doing. Hips back, okay, stand by, go. So you can do one arm, change. One arm, change. The idea is, you're just trying to slip the hand over the top of the other one. Making sure you keep the chest, you keep the pelvis facing forwards, okay? Don't start letting this happen. That's no good, okay? We don't want to be getting thrown off balance. That's why the core works harder, and that's why we're doing them. Stand by, go. So, you'll notice that I'm not dwelling on these exercises because we've done them all before. You might be a wee bit rusty at them, and if you are, all I'll say is slow it down and use a lighter kettlebell. But if you know how to do them, go for it. There can be no hesitation between the changeover of your hands. It has to be instant. Don't hesitate. Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Now, because for a lot of people, changing arms, they'll be thinking about it a lot. Make sure you keep your mind on the pelvis, hips back, snap them forward. Hips back, snap them forward. Don't try to be fancy with the hand changeover, because you'll end up looking like an idiot when it flies through your wall, okay? So nice, slick changeovers, doesn't have to be fancy. Stand by, bench dips, we're away. Bench dips, you're bending the elbow and that is it. It goes wrong sometimes because people do this. Okay, if you're watching me now, this is not how we do them. We're bending the elbow, we're keeping that body nice and close to the bench. We're keeping all the work on the triceps. Back up. Let's do it flying through this tonight. So, you've got enough time to pick the kettlebell up in 3, 2, we go. So it's hip, snap, hip back, snap them forward. You change over, there's always a brief millisecond at the top. Well, that kettlebell is weightless. And that's when you do it. And it's quick, okay? It doesn't take long. Just slide one arm out, another one over the top. Make sure on these transitions, you place that kettlebell down safely. Don't be giving it this. Don't be giving it that. Put it down, good form, keep everything tight. And with our bench dips, we go down until that upper arm's parallel to the ground, as in our elbow is a 90-degree bend. We don't go lower, that starts to put bad strain on that shoulder joint, okay? Start risking a shoulder injury. So it has to feel good. Nicely done. Okay, you can move your bench out of the way if you like, if it's in the road, your coffee table or whatever it is you're using. Okay, family dog, whatever. Next exercises. Okay, so pay attention. You've got a fancy watch on, it's one of them. I would either take it off, or for all you people paranoid about how many calories you might be burning, turn it on to the inside of your wrist. Okay, so that way it's not going to get damaged. What we're going to be doing is a kettlebell clean and press, changing arms each time from the floor. Look at the position of my handle here, okay? Between my legs and it's facing you. It's between my legs, that's my body's centre of gravity. I'm going to come with an overhand grip, okay? which will feel awkward at first, but you'll feel tension here. Okay, that tension is power. It's waiting to be released. You are driving while, this is slow motion. See my arm? Look at my arm. My arm? Look at my arm. I'm twisting it, okay, and it comes up like so, but it happens so fast it doesn't look like that, okay? So it looks more, so I'm twisting that arm round, using the power stored in the forearm, and then a press. When you're bringing it down, think about pulling it down, and that's going to keep the shoulder in the joint and keep it nice and protected. Flick it off. Change arms, rotate, punch, pull down, flick it off. That's going to save you, that rotation is going to save you doing this. Bang, okay, and then moaning that you've got a bruised wrist. No wonder you've got a bruised wrist, you're doing it wrong. So if you do it right, there's no impact, okay, because you're just simply rotating around. So there you go, that's how you do that. And your second exercise is going to be a nice one, okay? It's a sprawl, land square on, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So it's a stress buster, this one. Yeah, you can make as much noise as you want. Stand by. You ready for it? So let's get these clean and presses correct, okay? If you're not sure, slow it down. Separate the movements, okay? We do the clean, which is that overhand. Think about the power comes from still, like it would a kettlebell swing, from the posterior chain. So although it looks like I'm pulling it up, yes I am, but most of the power's coming from me. See what I'm doing, okay? Snapping the hips forward, just like a kettlebell swing. Use these big, powerful muscles as opposed to just trying to rip it up. 3, 2, 1. I'm up to here, press, pull it down, flick it off. Separate, change arms. Separate the two movements. That's a clean, then a press, and then back to the floor. Okay, I'm showing you side on, so you can see, hips back, just like a kettlebell swing. Snap them forward, just like a kettlebell swing. And you'll find that your arm on the clean isn't actually doing that much work because that kettlebell snap has brought it up to about here. I just need to pull it in. Sprawl and punch, go. So I'm out, I'm in, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to go fast. Big breath in, land, be fast with these punches. Don't pace it. It's all out. Fast. Okay, so that gets your heart rate up, just in case you didn't know. Back to a clean and press. Strength, controlled. Compose yourself, stand by, I'm away. Punch, pull it down, flick it off. Chest up. So make sure that you're keeping that back nice and tight. Chest up, drive the feet, snap the hips, punch, pull down, flick it off. Snap the hips, think kettlebell swing, think kettlebell swing. Hips back, snap them, okay, use the power. Sprawl and punch, stand by. 4 punches. Out and in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of throwing 1, 2, 3, 4 aimless punches, imagine you're actually trying to do some damage with them. So compose yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4 before you're 4. Okay? So don't windmill. Try to compose. Punch, punch, punch. Stand by. We're doing this. Go. Speed comes with practice. Okay, don't try to be fast. It'll come once you're all over it. Just make sure you're always separating the clean and one to the press. Don't blend the two of them. Drive. Think about those hips. Think about those hips when you're doing that off the ground, the clean. Okay, the arms just directing the power generated in the hips. Go. Breathe out in the punches. Breathe in on the way out, your burpee. Easy. All out on this. Oh, he says, right, okay, stand by. We're getting there. Good work, everyone. A wee toughie. Get ready. Chest up, drive the feet, snap the hips, punch, pull it down. Snap the hips, pull it up, punch it. So, you should hopefully by now start to get the hang of these. If you're using a real light kettlebell, As I always say, you learn the movement pattern with a nice light kettlebell. You learn the technique when you go into a heavier one. Sprawling punch, last lot, go. Last one, keep going. Oh, nice, okay. Relax, focus on your breathing. Well done. Catch your breath. Get a sip of water if you need it. And I'll explain the next two. Bit of heart raiser, that one. Okay, it's a kettlebell high pull. It shouldn't be new to anyone, okay, but I will remind you, if you're not sure, practice on a lighter one. If you are sure, practice on one that's challenging, because that's the only way you're going to get the technique correct. If you're using a weight you can lift up with your arms and basically just go with nothing from your hips, it's too light, it's far too light. So I'll show you from the side. It's a single arm kettlebell swing, pull it in, punch it out. Look at my elbow. Think of it as a press up. Pull the elbow back, but keep the elbow high, okay? And this goes wrong with people because they don't grip it tight enough, or they drop the elbow too low. I'll show you. You don't grip it tight enough, that happens. Kettlebell just collapses under gravity. You don't put your elbow high enough, that happens, okay? Which will equate to something like this happening. Oh, okay, so be sensible. Grip it tight, keep the elbow high, feel like you're pulling it out of the sky. Feel that tension, punch that back, okay? That's why it's instant. If you hesitate and you do it slowly, you're going to lose it. So it's going to be left arm, right arm, or tell you what, be crazy. Choose whatever arm you want to start on, left or right. So whatever arm you're starting on, we do 20 seconds of one arm, rest 20 seconds of the other arm. Plenty of practice. This is a good one. You'll feel this one working the chest and shoulder if you do it properly, and the triceps, as well as kettlebell swing, posterior chains getting smashed. 10 seconds, okay? I'll start early so you can see. Punch it, pull it out. Hip snap. Don't forget, hip snap, okay? Why am I screaming that at you? Go, because that's what it is. Snap the hips. Do not forget, this is a kettlebell swing. I'm pulling it out, punching it. Rip it out that sky, keep the elbow high. If you've not got a solid crushing grip on this kettlebell, it's just going to collapse. It's going to take control of you. Get a grip of it. So I'm going to change arms. Shake the arm out and we should feel that. It's a good exercise. 3, 2, start swinging. Go. Snap the hips. Think about it. Kettlebell swing, snap the hips. Snap the hips. I'll stop talking, but remember, that kettlebell swing. Squeezing the butt. Can't help myself, just keep talking. Okay, good. So we should be still squeezing the butt at the top, locking out at the top, getting that power. Stand by, go. So you might find that one arm, it's not so bad, and another arm, it's a hell of a lot harder. One arm you find harder, just say it, crush the hell out of it all the more. Pull it out, punch it. It all happens pretty instant. You don't think about it, you don't stop to think about it. If you hesitate, you won't do it in time. Okay, so rip it out and punch it back in. 3 seconds and we go. So kettlebell, let's go. Make it happen. Punch it out. High elbow, crush it, squeeze it. And you can't really go wrong. If you're struggling, think about your elbow. Is my elbow high enough? Good work. If you're not very good at it, and you've not been doing it a while, that's normal, okay? Practice makes perfect. But then, it's never perfect. Because the day you think it's perfect is the day you stop trying. So keep going. Hips back, snap them. It's just a single arm kettlebell swing. Tell yourself that. Snap, pull it back. Always trying to keep your body square on. So I'm facing the lens right now. I'm facing the lens. What I mean by that is I don't want to start being pulled around. Okay, stay square. All the work. Go. Focus on that as well. Hips back, snapping forward. Keep my chest square, keep my pelvis square. Okay, as I'm facing forwards. Don't let that kettlebell start to yank you. You should still feel that prominent. Snap with the hips. Nicely done. Hopefully you're feeling that. Hopefully it's feeling good. 3 seconds. Go. Oh, so it's done. So think about all the elements. Again, if you've not done it that much, coordination comes with practice. Okay, you always hear people saying, oh, I'm not coordinated. Of course you're not, you've never done it before. Okay, you need to learn. Just in case, I'm pretty sure that's us, but just in case, we might have one side left. In fact, I'm confident we do, because everybody stood like this, ready to go. And you're right, good. Where's this guy? Doesn't even know what he's doing. Come on, let's do it. This surely must be the last 20 seconds. Snap the hips. Snap the hips, squeeze the butt. Chest proud. You'll start to find that the arm movement becomes automatic after practice. And that's when you can start thinking, right, okay, this is nailed. Now I'm going to start thinking hips snap. Okay, it doesn't all come together at once. It takes practice. It's like anything, relax. Okay. So I don't want to hear people, oh, I'm crap at them. The first few times you've done them, you probably are crap at them. Okay, it takes practice. There's a lot of moving parts there. Single arm, kettlebell swing. But then you've got to pull it, punch it. And that pulling it, punching it takes your mind off that kettlebell swing. It's not until you've done it a wee bit, you've got the coordination of that pull, that you can then think, right, okay, this is happening, I don't need to think about it. Let's start fine tuning it now. Here's another point, okay, kettlebells. We should have our feet planted on the ground. I'm telling you, in a squat, we drive the toes into the ground for stability. It's the same on our kettlebells, okay? You shouldn't be swinging off the toes, sitting on the heels, see that? Okay, that's a no-no, okay? You might find that when you're doing, obviously, the likes of this, of course they're going to come off. But in a standard kettlebell swing, those toes are driven into the floor and you've got a good stable foot. Next exercises, they're simple and they're very exciting. Okay, so we've got a kettlebell goblet squat thruster. It's easy, okay? Now, get this right. It's a goblet squat, so therefore, the horns of the kettlebell, we hold it there. Don't care if it's uncomfortable. Don't care if it makes your shoulders tired or your biceps get a little bit burny. That's the whole point. We're gripping it tight and we're holding it there. Okay, it's not afternoon tea, people. Sort that out too. Don't care which part of the world you're from. Keep the kettlebell at chest height, chest nice and proud. This kettlebell is going to want to do this to me. Okay, it's that upper back, the strength in my lower back and core that stops that happening. So therefore, I'm going to feel that getting tired. I squat down, and then I use the squat to drive, snap the hips. Okay, simple. Same kind of movement pattern. Hips back, foot, hips forwards. Okay, shoulders doing minimal work. It's a goblet squat thruster. Do not let this thing pull you forward. Second exercise is a fast alternative V-sit. That one, except I'm obviously lying on the floor, but you know it, and if you don't, you soon will. Stand by. Circuit number 4. Don't worry, you've got this. You'll know it. The fast alternative V-sits. It's a staple. It's a staple exercise in the online world that we find ourselves living in. Right, gotta tell you what, I've turned over a new leaf. See, 15 minutes ago? No, half an hour ago. Only kidding, I can always be asked. Mr. Motivator to call me. Right, stand by. Feet shoulder width apart, chest up proud. Grab the kettlebell by the horns. 3, 2, 1, we're away. Squat down, punch it. Squat down, punch it. So this time you do blend the two movements for the way up, that is. Bring it back down and then squat, okay? Don't start squatting until that kettlebell hits your chest. So you should feel the power from the hips. There we are now, fast alternative V-sits. I'm lying down, okay, and I'm up 1. Make sure the upper body is actually coming off the ground. Stand by, go. So I'm not just touching my toes, I'm trying to focus on reaching up towards the sky, explosively, as you can hear by my voice. I want you to try and get as much of your upper body off the ground as possible. Back up on our feet we go. Nicely done. Kettlebell goblet squat thrusters in 3, 2, so get the kettlebell picked up, stand by, look at that, we're away. Punch it, hips back, punch it. Keep the chest up proud, keep that kettlebell chest height. Fast alternate V-sits everybody. We're nearly there, we nearly are. Feels like a long one tonight, go, go, go. I'm starting to think that maybe this is set for 5 minutes. In fact, you know what? Every chance. So 4-minute round. Nah, it's definitely 4 minutes. Stop before we start. Came back up. We're halfway there. Maybe, maybe. Okay, kettlebell goblet squat thrusters. You've got time to pick it up now and go. We're away. Do it. Work together, work hard. Punch it, pull it down. Keep that core tight, keep that chest up. Use the legs, use that squat to drive that press. Whoa. Nice. Fast alternative V-sits. 5 seconds and we're away. Stand by. Go. So fast, powerful. I'm exploding up as if I'm trying to reach. To grab hold of the ceiling. Going beyond my toes. So I'm not just trying to touch my toes, I'm trying to go beyond them. And if you do this properly, oh, you'll feel it, okay? If you're doing it properly, you'll feel those deep core muscles getting hammered when you reach. Stand by. Let's do it. Last one, maybe. Drive the toes into the ground. Pull those knees apart. Keep the chest proud. And snap those hips through. Okay, stand by, fast. Alternate V-sits, you've got enough time to lie down. And 3, 2, 1. Get it done. Work hard, strict reps. Okay, that's us done with the mini circuits. Walk around, catch your breath. Get a wee sip of water, but not too much because there is a core finisher coming at you. 4 exercises on this core finisher. Let's get it done. Follow along with me. So our core finisher, it's simple. We're going to do mountain climbers, we're going to do Russian twists, we're going to do V-sits, we're going to do Supermans. We're going to repeat it again and then we're done. Can't remember? Don't worry, that's also why I'm here. Stand by. We're going for it in 30 seconds. If you pay attention quickly, I'll give you a heads up. Mountain climbers, we do them properly. We don't do this. Hips down, full press up position, knee all the way up. You should feel that work in your core. If you're not, you ain't doing them right. Russian twists, okay? Lean back, chest up proud, don't let this all sag. Don't sit on that tailbone, keep it tight, side to side. Okay, you can lift the feet if you want, but if you feel pressure in your lower back, don't. 3, 2, 1, and the other 2 are simple. Russian twists after this. So let's get these done properly, people. Russian twists after the mountain climbers. Rest, 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 rest. Sit in your bahookie, plant the feet, slight lean back, chest up, Russian twist, okay? Now for me personally, imagine you're holding a kettlebell and you're twisting the torso. You're not moving the arms, you're twisting the torso. Okay, so that kettlebell that you might have been holding, we're doing body weight, don't be alarmed. It twists with us. You should feel this work the core, okay? The risk you play when you start lifting the feet off the floor is you start putting a lot of strain on your lower back. Now I'm going to lie, we've just done alternative V-sets now. We're going to do V-sets. So all you're doing, bringing your feet and your hands up to make a V. And just like the fast ones, I want you to punch up. Okay, I want you to punch up. Get as much of that upper body off the ground as you can. And if you do these properly, oh boy, you're gonna feel them. Let's go. Right, rolling onto your front. We've got ourselves a dorsal raise. Okay, arms 90 degrees. Pull the elbows back in 3, 2, up, pause, down, up, pause and squeeze, down. Okay, so I'm pulling my elbows back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades as hard as I can. Make sure you don't throw these heads back. You're gonna hurt yourself. Good prominent squeeze. That's a damn good exercise for working the full length of the back. So I'm back on to my mountain climbers. Final run through. 3, 2, 1, go. Push it hard. You get 4 little exercises and then your night's done. If your core's on fire, it's all in the name. It's a core finisher, okay? It's a burner. We're gonna go for it. Don't ease off, push it hard. Just a bit of lactic acid, okay? That's all it is. Russian twist. I sit myself down, okay? I plant the feet. Proud chest, lower back tight, not sumped. Side to side. It's about control. It's about getting these obliques firing up more by twisting, okay? So be careful you're not putting strain on your lower back, and that's why I don't lift my legs. It takes away from me. I don't feel it in my core. I just feel all that pressure sitting on my lower back, okay? Which feels detrimental to me. Lying down flat, alternative. No, it's not. It's not an alternative V-sit. Okay, it's a V-sit. Punch up explosively, down. Work hard, let's get this finished. Right, roll onto your front. Let's go for it. Last one. Last one. Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a wee toughie one this tonight, isn't it? Up, pull back, squeeze. Down. Up, pull back, squeeze. Okay, so for that squeeze, I'm pausing, I'm squeezing, I'm trying to take it as far as I can. Okay, so I don't just stop, I try and go even higher. Release. Up, squeeze, release. Last exercise. Good. Oof. Right, up on your feet. Well done. Walk around. Okay, focus on your breathing. Good work tonight, everyone. Okay, that was a Tabata Tuesday. Done and dusted, the good old classic format. Kettlebell intensive, in case you hadn't noticed. So on that note, if things are feeling tight, make sure you do your mobility work. Make sure you keep working on this posterior chain. It's an ongoing process, okay? If your lower back's feeling tight, don't forget to share the love to your glutes, your upper back, your lower back, and everything else, okay? I'm hearing people getting tight lower backs. It's not just your lower back's the issue, okay? But again, this is not mobility. This morning's mobility, if you missed it, was a damn good one. Everyone will benefit. It's all lower body, okay? And it's going to help this stuff out as well. Monday, if you missed that too, mixing it up a wee bit. Simple, 12-minute, every minute on the minute workout with your kettlebell. Save that one maybe for the end of the week when you don't need your legs so fresh. Have a good night. Thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully my t-shirt injected some energy into your living room. Okay.